Hey, what's up guys? This is Snapshots and he is a Diamond 1 controller main, and today he's going to help me teach you a very valuable lesson for not only just Valorant, but everything you do in life. This week I sat down with Snapshots for a 2-hour coaching session where I basically just sat in on 2 of his games and backseated the ever-living heck out of him.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So your Silva's droning on A. I would smoke deeper here next time, next time. Just so you guys can cross under. I would have smoked deeper because you guys just had a lot of bodies storm mid, so it seemed like your team kind of wanted to work something there. And then when you kind of smoke it off, you kind of just stop anybody from doing that, which isn't always bad, but...
If I get this plant down, I can ult. Watch my backside swing.
Huge recon, and then just ulti backside, yeah. And now you can kind of position towards this box, this green box.
Yeah.
And you'll actually be able to see people's feet if they come onto rafters.
Oh, yeah. True. True.
One enemy remaining.
Nice. One thing that was interesting is while I was watching Snapshots play, the thought occurred to me that, man, this guy is not an idiot. Now, all jokes aside, most people at this rank are probably pretty intelligent players, so why is it that so many of these so-called intelligent players are having such a hard time ranking up? Well, to explain that, let's take a look at one of the clips from our coaching session.
It's flashed as soon as I swung.
Yeah, that's unlucky.
I need to get better at, like, dodging flashes. Like, is there a good way to practice that?
So a lot of dodging flashes, it's not like... It's not quite what you think. It comes from expecting them. It doesn't come from like just like sheer reaction time. Because you can like practice it if you want. Like go into aim labs or something, and I think that they have like routines where like it just like it makes stuff appear on screen and you click. But in reality, it's like most of them dodging flashes just comes from anticipating them. Where it's like I was talking about earlier, if you know that they have flashes alive and you have a smoke down, it's very possible they try to flash through it. So you just have to be aware for that. Like if you're in a 1v1 with like a Sky and you know it's like later in the round, she probably had a flash refresh. Unlucky.
Good trade. Good trades. Good job.
Yeah, nice. I don't. Do you ever play like League of Legends or anything?
No. Any other ones you want me to?
Like any other MOBAs or anything?
Nope. Never been a MOBA guy.
Overwatch?
Nope.
Okay. Well, in those games,
I'm mainly a Call of Duty kid.
That's fine. In those games, it's very common to like just understand like the character that you're going against, like their ability set. And I think that's lost in Valorant a lot of the times, where it's like people don't like process. This guy's in a 1v2 right now, and he's against the Sky. This Sky is 100% going to flash him at like some point in this clutch, unless he's like just dog shit. So he's gonna go for this tap, and this guy's probably gonna pop flash out of like heaven or something right now, and then peek him. See, it's very predictable. So it just comes from like character knowledge and understanding like who you're against.
You get that?
So obviously I get a few style points on this one, but one of the main takeaways here that I want you guys to recognize is that me knowing that the Sky was going to flash the Raze doesn't actually help the Raze at all. Now, of course, I'm not in the same game as the Raze, but even if Snapshots knew that the Sky was going to flash, if he doesn't say anything, it doesn't matter at all what he knows. The thing that so many players fail to understand is that it doesn't actually matter how smart that you are if you don't use any of that knowledge to help your team. If you know one teammate is making a bad decision, maybe it's a good idea to use your microphone that you paid money for and try to stop them. One thing that is incredibly important to accept though is that because you have a couple of good reads doesn't make you smart or even a good player. Not only that, but thinking you're a good player can actually be incredibly dangerous when it comes to your ability to get better. Not to say you should be bringing yourself down all the time and tell yourself that you're terrible at the game, but take a look at this next clip.
I'm gonna watch elbow.
You have spike?
Oh shit, somebody hold elbow while I plant. I'll pick it back up after.
And you'll have to re-smoke here in a second. Yeah, so awkward. You have so much space.
Got your trail.
Rim mollies are so small.
He gets the job done. Just shoot the recon.
One enemy remaining.
I feel like none of my teammates are shooting fucking darts.
I mean, you're the one who's actively not fighting there, so you should definitely be the one to, because you try to like hide in the smoke and to avoid it. When in reality, it's just like. Somebody's got to shoot it.
Just shoot it.
Yeah. To be entirely honest, I'm not even really upset with this clip itself that much. I'm mostly just upset with Snapshots shifting the blame towards his teammates here. This might be partly my fault because I was making side comments about his teammates at times, but blaming teammates is such a slippery slope to go down, and you're seeing why right now. It was Snapshot's job to shoot this recon. It was positioned behind all of his teammates while they were gunfighting, and not only that, but he even tried to hide in a smoke rather than shooting it. This was a bad play, and by shifting the blame to his teammates, it's not really going to help him get any better. The best way to improve is to make mistakes, recognize those mistakes, and then try to never make those mistakes again. But the mistakes that you make once you start approaching Immortal are going to start becoming less and less obvious. That's probably why a lot of you are coming to this video. You're not quite sure what you're doing wrong. A lot of fixing this is just going to take understanding how different patterns play out in the game though. This means understanding common patterns from agents, players, and even just patterns with the maps being played. Just like with the Sky Flash from earlier though, the reason that I can make that prediction is because I've played the game a lot. Having my retinas burned out is a pattern that I'm very familiar with. I've seen it before. I've been in almost completely identical situations as that one before. Take a look at this next clip and try to listen to what I'm saying about teamwork and also about how the enemies are going to respond to certain things.
Try to stall your raise. Just like, wait until I get there. And then smoke long when you come in. Long and probably elbow.
Like butter, baby.
Ooh, good dink.
Dinked or elbow? Dinked elbow?
No shot should repeaks. There's no way. Just drop smoke elbows, drop smoke long, and then go in.
Smoke's down.
I've got your trail.
Molly at elbow. One's on
site.
site.
Last player standing.
145 jet.
Yeah, let's try. I think you guys could have won that. I was just trying to like, you definitely need to like reel your teammates back a little bit more. Like try to guide them, not in like a mean way, but it's like, hey, can we wait until I get there to retake? Like, Raze, can you play passive for a second?
Right.
And it's just because your Raze ended up dying, and you guys had numbers, I think, at that point in time too. So it's like you easily could have won that round. You guys just needed to like coordinate a little bit more.
So the first thing I want to talk about in this clip is how I asked Snapshots to try and stall his Raze just so that they were on the same page. He didn't do this. He was probably just a little stressed. It's all cool. That being said, I told him to do this because if you look at the map, you can see that his Raze at this pace is going to make contact with the enemies way before anybody on his team is able to help her. So in other words, what this likely means is that Raze is literally about to die if he doesn't try to reel her back. Once again, me knowing Raze is about to die does not help her unless I try to reel her back. I know we focused a bit on communication and teamwork in this video too, so some of these things you might be wondering, King, I see X streamer play all the time and it doesn't seem like they communicate this stuff. To which I would respond, first of all, you're wrong. Tons of top tier players make comms like this, and I really encourage you to look for these comms when you're watching them because it will help you learn how to communicate better. But second of all, you're just not tens. You're not Hiko, you're not Shazam, you're not Harmful, Vanity, yay, you're you. Yeah, maybe a Radiant player wins this round after the Raze suicides, but it doesn't cost you anything to say, hey Raze, can you play safe? I'm on the way. Now that we got that out of the way though, let's talk about the rest of the round. Mostly what I wanted to talk about here is how I responded to Snapshot's fight with this Jet a lot differently than he did. Notice how after he headshots this Jet, I pretty much immediately told him to drop smokes and run into sight.
Ooh, good dink.
Dinked or elbow? Dinked elbow?
No shot should repeaks. There's no way. Just drop smoke elbows, drop smoke long, and then go in.
One last time, connecting this back to patterns, the reason I tell him to do this is because Jet just got dinked. He hit her for 145, and she would have to be an absolute maniac to double swing back into 2 players to take a duel on 5 HP. So rather than waiting for the Jet to reswing, which will likely never happen, he needs to prioritize regrouping with his Reyna and use this to gain tempo and an opportunity to overwhelm the site. Unfortunately, he gets a little caught up with his molly and they end up losing this round, but what I would like to take away from this video is that recognizing patterns is a really important part of getting better. The patterns we covered in this video are agents with flashes like to use flashes before peeking, low health players oftentimes don't like to swing angles, and if your teammates look like they're about to take solo duels, they're probably about to lose a solo duel. These are 3 minor patterns of hundreds of different patterns that you could pick up on in the game. These aren't perfect clips or the most crazy rounds, but they do a good job of showing you how you can make very accurate predictions based off the patterns that you pick up on during the game. And I know this sounds intimidating, but I just want you to remember what I said earlier. The best players are the ones who make mistakes, recognize their mistakes, and try their best to never make those mistakes again. The rate at which that you improve relies almost entirely on this. You can know everything there is to know about the game, but if you continue to make the same mistakes over and over, you'll never improve. Unfortunately, the VOD for my coaching session with snapshots was pretty laggy, as you could tell, so I didn't upload this whole thing to the website. But if you check out the Radiant Earpiece course on the site, you'll be able to see a lot of other coaching videos that we've done in the past, so I would definitely recommend checking those out. This is a really great way to see some examples of players at your rank and how they can go about improving their play in the moment. Something I like about these coaching sessions a lot is that you see how some of these correct decisions don't always come naturally to players. You think things like trading your teammates or placing smokes for your team would just come naturally, but sometimes we all just need a reminder, and that's cool to see. All of this is also backed by our rank improvement guarantee on the website, so if you don't improve while actively using our service, you'll get your money back, no questions asked. That's going to do it for me here today though. As always, we here at SkillCapped want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.